Well, gang, that's it. After a long 14, almost 15 months from conception to fulfillment, Cockhammer Lives, the graphic novel, has left my hands. Back in February 2020, I started thumbnailing the book. I drew the book March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. I finished drawing the book, drawing, lettering, coloring, finishing the book around December. I placed my orders. Placed my orders. I got my proof in. Needed to do some tweaks. Sometime in early January, I got the books in. I started doing the extras, the stretch goal extras, all the poster, the mini comics, the die cut stickers, and in March we launched the campaign, March 2021, and now April 26th, just 6 days after the campaign completed, all the books have been shipped. I took them to the post office this morning, and they're out of my hands. So it's been a long year, a lot of creation, a lot of comic book creation happened over the course of the last year, and I couldn't be happier with my creative output. I couldn't be happier with how this campaign turned out. I've got the campaign up here, campaign window open. We got a couple last minute. We always do. I always leave the campaign open in the in-demand mode for a few days after the campaign ends, for those last couple of looky-loos that never get their shit together, have to put their pants on, last minute. They end up with, I guess, window shopper's remorse and decide that they want the book after the buzzer. So I always leave the campaign open just a few days, and we have a couple of buzzer beaters that came in and got us up to $1,555 is our finishing total. As of now, it's still in demand. I'll leave it in demand for a couple more days for any more of you buzzer beaters that want to smash that fucking back it now button and get yourself a Cockhammer. I've still got copies at the house here. I've still got copies of everything, of all the stretch goal extras, freebies. Those won't be available once I transition Cockhammer and the Dead Shit trade paperback over to my Square store and just start selling them through my website like everything else is sold. There won't be any of these extras that come with it. You'll just be paying for just the book. So if you want 3 free 75 pages of free black and white Strangeville comics, stickers, and a poster, now or never. I'm not going to announce when I'm going to close it. I'm going to close it any day now. Today, tomorrow. I might close it right now while we're talking. I don't know. But I'm super, super happy with how the whole thing turned out. There's always this hesitation. I've talked about this before. There's this hesitation and apprehension about launching a new crowdfunding campaign because it's so intense. The promotion of it is so intense. The dramatics of watching the money, grow. Are we going to hit the goal in one day? Are we going to hit the goal at all? Watching the campaign stall out, not get new backers for days at a time, long stretches in there where not a single new backer comes in, and then rapid fire, a bunch come in at once, and then the last minute push. These are exhausting. These crowdfunders themselves, I spent a year making a book, and that's exhausting in and of itself. The creative pouring of creative energy into the book itself. The crowdfunder is a whole other monster that you have to stay on top of, and it's exhausting in its own, promotionally, exhausting. And there are moments where I get these thoughts in my head where I go, just fucking put the book out on your website. Just put the book out. Just let anybody who wants to buy it buy it. But I always come back to just how much fun we have doing these crowdfunders. I gotta put this. I haven't put this out on social media yet. Let me put this out real quick. It's so exciting. It's so fun watching these crowdfunders grow. Watching us hit these hitting stretch goal after stretch goal. It's all that drama is part of the fuel. I think that whoops, get this going. This it's part of the fuel that drives Strangeville is these crowdfunders. We've never done these before. Just a few years ago, I finally decided I was going to jump into the crowdfunding game, and it's been dramatic. It's been a dramatic increase in attention that the whole the whole Strangeville universe has gotten. I sell more novels on Amazon than I've sold in years, which I guess is you guys going and looking for my other stuff. I sell movies on the website, DVDs. We sell those more of those than we have in years. I mean, they haven't been available, but for the last they've been available now for about 2 years on my website. Let me throw this link out there. Campaign fulfillment celebration stream. Put this out there so all yins know that we're having a stream. Put that out there. I gotta post it in a couple more places, and then I'll be back to paying attention here. Okay. Post it here. And I'll go over here and post it here. All right, we're back. Just wanted to post a link to this video around social media, see if anybody comes in and hangs out. It doesn't matter if anybody does or not. I always document this, document these experiences for anybody to ever go back and watch. It's always going to be available, out there on the YouTube, and sometimes I stream on Facebook, whatever, it doesn't matter. But there's always this special feeling when a campaign is fulfilled. It's like sending your kids off to college. I don't have kids, and I've never sent any off to college, but I assume there's this pride, this apprehension. Are people going to like it? Are people going to, dig this stuff and be into it? And which I know you guys will. I mean, Strangeheads eat this shit up. You guys love this crazy style of storytelling that we do that nobody does quite like us. And Ka Camera Lives is a shining example of the Strangeville style. So I know you guys are going to love it, but there's still that feeling of apprehension. But like I said, there's also that feeling of pride. Like I've sent my creation out into the world. It's now out there and available for everyone, and it's about to be read by dozens and dozens of people, and it's a great feeling. And I can't think of any better way to celebrate that feeling than doing some more work. So my pals are going to the first live ICP concert in over a year over in Indiana this Friday to the special prom night massacre concert, and I have asked if they would kindly take a bunch of Nixon and Hogan Hate comics with them and hand this shit out at the show and help promote Strangeville for me while they're out there. And they graciously agreed. And so I need to knock out about 200 of these to send with my homies. I bought a new, this is a smaller stapler than the one I was using last week to put together all the fulfillment comics. Not because I don't like the other one, but because I want multiple staplers so that I can have staple parties when we put out a new mini comic. I think I'm going to transition the mini comics for the most part. I'm going to transition them into, there will be special ones like these, but I think I'm going to transition them into promo comics that will have, like, say, the first 15, 17 pages of a new book, but not the whole book. So it'll be a little teaser, little black and white teaser comics that then will have an advertisement for the full book in the back of the promo. And when we have a new book ready to put out, and I make up a bunch of these, I want to have staple parties so that I can have, so I don't have to do all this, every single staple in every single comic by myself. Can be a fun little group thing. Fun for me, this is how I relate to humans. I'm actually a pretty awkward guy. I don't like small talk, really. I talk about things I'm passionate about, and I like to hear other people talk about things they're passionate about. And the little small talk bullshit just doesn't work very well with me, and so I can be awkward or intense or weird around people. And my friendships are always weird friendships because I don't just chill and hang. I don't play video games, or I don't just. When I was a teenager, man, I remember I would just do teenager stuff. So after school, me and my buddies would go over to the local drug dealer's house, and we'd buy weed from them, and we'd weird. We'd buy weed from them and sit and hang out and listen to music or whatever and chill. And I would get so anxious. Let's see how many we got so far here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 more for that bundle. I would get so anxious just sitting and staring at my friends because we weren't doing anything. We weren't really saying much of anything. We were just sort of existing in the same, general social, habitat, and it would give me so much anxiety that we weren't like being productive or doing anything meaningful. And over the years, I've had friends invite me out to bars, and it's excruciating going to bars for me. The idea of sitting on a stool, staring forward, with your friend sitting next to you, staring forward, sipping on a fucking beer, and doing nothing, or worse, complaining, is agonizing to me. I remember a few years ago, maybe 5 years ago now, my friend invited me out to Pride, and Pride in St. Louis. And St. Louis Pride it's a pretty big event, and I've been to several of them. And it's usually a pretty good time, pretty chill time. And I remember we walked around and did the typical things, looked at the booths, and just hung out and took in the general vibe, which is always pretty chill. And we ended up going back to a bar in South City, St. Louis afterwards. And I remember being just so restless, sitting at this bar, listening to crappy music. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sitting at this bar, listening to crappy music, and just sort of existing, just being in the general vicinity of each other was just not. It's just not how I relate to people. It's not how I like to experience life. So I have this small pack here that I broke open. That I can add 4 more comics to make that a bundle. Sitting at bars and just existing, or sitting at somebody's house and chilling and listening to music or whatever, or worse, watching them play video games. God, I remember having to go to drug dealers' houses, weed dealers' houses to fucking buy weed, and just have them sitting there zoning out, playing fucking video games, and having to just do the fucking weed dealer chit chat bullshit. You can't just come in and say, "Hey, sell me this," and I'm out. You got to play the fucking sit around and chit chat for 10, 15, 20 minutes game, and that always gives me so much anxiety to just have to sit there and just exist. I'm a workaholic. If you haven't noticed, guys, my entire frame of reality is, what can I be doing to stay productive? So when it comes to friendships are difficult for me because all I want to do is be productive. All I want to do is work. And so over the years, starting with hack movies and making feature films, and then going to conventions and promoting and everything, I realized that I had an absolute fucking blast with people if we were all working towards the same goal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1 more. If we were all working towards the same goal, then I could have so much fun with people. And I realized that the way I enjoy friendships is to create these ridiculous tasks for myself and others to do, like making a feature film or going to shows and promoting or whatever. And I was actually at work last night, and some of my coworkers want to go to conventions with me to help promote Strangeville. And last night we were sort of getting all of the request offs in order to make sure that everybody's going to be able to go to the shows. And I was kind of relating the day, we'll need to take off Thursday so that we can leave early on a Friday so that we could drive to the show. And I was kind of explaining the setup days of conventions. We'd do this on, try to get to the floor by 3 so we can get the table set up before the show opens at 5. This is what we'll do Friday night. This is what we'll do Saturday. This is what we'll do Sunday. And as I'm sort of relating all this and we're putting in our requests off, I'm just internally laughing to myself because here I go again, making friends. This is how I make friends. This is how the deepest, most loving connections in my life are created, is I come up with these ridiculous tasks for a group of people to do, and then we go and we do it, and we do it well, and then we celebrate. Sunday nights on a really good show. If we go to a convention and we do super well and we sell out of most of our stuff and all our promo goes out, people are having a great time hanging out with us, and we make enough money to pay for our table and hopefully pay for our hotel. We pay to restock the fucking products. On a real good weekend, I'll take everybody out, and using Strangeville money, I'll buy us all a big dinner at a restaurant on the way home. We'll stop at a restaurant and we'll celebrate, and we'll just have such a good time together. That's how I make friends. I'm a weirdo. I don't just hang out with people. I don't just go to people's houses, or people don't just come to my house and sit around and small talk or play video games together or whatever people do. I don't know what people do because I don't interact with human beings that way. Just an observation, and it's funny that my friends are going to this ICP show next weekend, and I'm like, hey, you want to do some work for me while you're there? Because I love going to concerts. I love going to ICP concerts above just about any other kind of concert, and going to gatherings. I remember God bless my friends and the patience they have with me. I remember going to several gatherings where I brought a ton of promo with me and just made my friends walk around with me and go to all the campsites and hand out fucking promo shit for the movies. And I love going to concerts, but I love leaving, as the encore is starting, running out to the car, grabbing our promo and our promo box, and running back up to the front as the people start flooding out and just handing out hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of promo items. It's a fucking sickness I have. It's an addiction that I have to work. It's an addiction I have to promotion. And it's how I relate to human beings. And God bless every single person with the patience to put up with that, to indulge me, to indulge my eccentricities, and help me to make this vision a reality. I like this new little stapler. I think I figured out the logistics of the problem I was having. The issue I was having with the staples being wonky was when I would have a staple line that was too thin. It would only be like 10 staples wide. They just don't staple very well. I have to have a long line of staples in order for them to be stable and staple correctly. Really, I wanted to just come on here and celebrate this this campaign fulfillment. I worked hard all weekend putting those boxes together, getting everything organized. I'm getting better at it. I'm getting faster. We did this fulfillment in 6 days, which is just nuts. Campaign ended on Tuesday. I shipped everything on the following Monday. That's a pretty good record for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4. And astute viewers may look over here and notice that I've already begun the thumbnail process of the next Strangeville comic. We're not going to get into that today, but once I get it thumbnailed, we're going to start doing live shows. I had to buy a bunch more of the Bristol, 11 by 17 Bristol. I bought a grip of that so that I don't run out of Bristol board when I pencil the pages. We'll be getting into that probably next week. I'll probably finish up the, maybe even by this weekend, I'll be finishing up the thumbnails for the new book this week. And then we'll get into that one. And we'll start drawing the next book. I have a lot of things I need to do this year, and I got to prioritize and make sure I don't just bury myself in a book. 10. Got to make sure I don't just bury my head in the sand and just draw a book, because I tend to do that. So I need to make a priorities list. I want to revamp my website completely, streamline it, dumb it down, and try to turn it into the easiest site to navigate, where all you see is comics, novels, games, and movies, and that's it. And I want, like right now, I have a problem where almost everything I sell, you have to go to a different website to buy it. To buy my novels, you go to Amazon. To buy my physical comic books, you go to my Square store. To buy my DVDs, you go to Kunaki. To buy my digital books, you go to Gumroad. Digital comics. If you want to buy the PDF versions of the comics, you got to go to Gumroad. I'm going to sit down with my website, and I'm going to try to integrate my Square store directly into the site so that you don't even have to leave kevinthestrange.com. You just pop open the website, and you've got a prompt to sign up for the newsletter, and then all the products to buy through a secure shopping cart in one place on my website for everything. Books, movies, Kindle versions of the books, PDF versions of the comics, DVDs, card game, card expansions. I want everything to be available right from the simplest website to navigate possible. And we're really going to start pushing, I'm really going to start pushing the newsletter. And the newsletter is going to go from monthly to weekly. And we'll be doing a lot of sales, because through my Square store, I can offer discounts. So we'll be doing discounts through the Square store. We'll be offering free PDFs of comics, or free Kindle versions of books, or whatever, just different promotional stuff we'll be doing through the newsletter. And I really want to focus this year on growing the size of the Strangeville newsletter. And I've actually got a link in the description of this video to sign up for that newsletter. If you're not already signed up for it, please go and sign up for it, and you will begin to receive weekly updates. It'll be like, say we'll put our newsletter out on Friday, and every Friday our newsletter will have like the videos, like the live streams that I do throughout the week, sort of embedded into the page. If we're running a deal, we'll have discounts listed. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Be right back. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those. Man, I'm making a big dent in this box. This first box of 500. I'm getting pretty deep into it. That's exciting. What I was talking about earlier with the with doing these promo, teaser comics, promo comics, where it'll be the the first 15, 17 pages of the comic that I'm going to print on as many black and white comics like this. Those will also go out through the newsletter. We'll do cover reveals, cover and title reveals for the next books. Those will be exclusive, for the first people to see that stuff will be newsletter subscribers. Really going to push it. I've got big plans for that newsletter, big goals for that newsletter. So again, if you haven't already signed up for it, there's a link in the description. You can of this video. You can sign up for that newsletter now. Prepare for a lot of communication with Strangeville HQ. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. Makes another number 10. It's going to be tricky trying to do a whole book during this crazy summer period where I'm going to do a bunch of conventions. And the campaign will actually launch in the middle of convention season. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's another set. Am I biting off more than I can chew? Definitely. Am I going to do everything in my power to smash every single one of those goals I have for this year? Absolutely. Will I come up short? In some respects, I'm sure I will. And that will just give me more fuel to get better for next year. Figure out what I can do differently next year and build even bigger goals after that. Just keep growing and growing and growing this thing until I fucking keel over dead. And then it's all yours. And then the Strangeville universe belongs to you. Once I'm dead and gone, it's up to you guys to carry on the legacy. It's up to you guys to, preach the gospel of Strange after I'm gone. And all the stories of Strangeville in my iteration have been told. What stories of Strangeville do you have to tell? Because in the end, we're all a little strange. And every town has a little bit of Strangeville in it. Every town has a little weird part of town where the shit that happens in Strangeville could happen. Does happen. 2, 4, 5. That's the thing about this stuff, is it's all relatable. You all know somebody like Nixon and Hogan. You all know somebody like Cockhammer, like Don Dueppe, like Cousin Susie. You all know somebody like Terrence and Parander. Did I fuck that up? Whoops! I fucked that up. Whoops! Excuse me, Mr. Staple. That's in there deep. Okay, that goes there. Let's try that again. Okay. Beautiful. Yeah, inevitably, no matter where I work, get these little night jobs. What in the world? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a double. That's a double. How did that happen? How did that happen? Hang on. Oh, that one has it. I got a double page, gang. It fucking weirded me out. That hasn't happened yet. We're 500 pages in, and I have, or 500. Well, I'd say we're about 250 copies in, and I haven't noticed that yet. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Yep, that's right. That was weird. When I start a job somewhere, a little night job, trying to make some cash to fucking, pay for Strangeville shit, I try to keep it, I try not to just come out with it immediately that I do this shit. Because most people don't. Most people aren't like me. Most people don't have this crazy business, creative business where they travel around the country like a fucking circus. And so when I first start a job, I try to just keep it to myself. Oh yeah, I'm just a dude, whatever. But inevitably it comes out, and I tell one person, and that person tells another person, and everybody at the job is like, "You do what? Movies, comics, books? Well, you do what? What? And it's like it's funny because it always starts off like I'm clearly full of shit. Like I must be like a pathological liar. Like I'm just making shit up. And then as time goes on, and I sort of let my guard down and let more people in on the know of what goes on at Strangeville, it always eventually devolves into this fucking circus. And we're at the point now where I'm juggling conventions with my coworkers. For you guys, you set of coworkers can take off these dates and go with me to these shows, and then this set of coworkers over here, you take off these dates and go with me to these shows. And it cracks me up how it's spread. It always starts off with me being like, I'm just a dude working a job. I'm nobody. And then it snowballs into the fucking Strangeville circus, and everybody wants on the train, and we run around and we do. And we do fucking crazy shit together, and our friendships last a lifetime. I'm still friends with people I worked with 15 years ago, 20 years ago, from the same the same shit. It's like, I want to be a part of this. I want to do this. Actors in movies and people that go to shows with me, and just I love it. I love the infectious nature of the Strangeville universe. one more over here. It brings me joy and happiness, and I love to see it bring other people joy and happiness as well. All right, there's 10 more. Let's see what kind of stack I have over here. I'm going to send these guys. I don't want to send these guys with too many. I'll probably send them with 100. I think it would be rude to send them with more than that. I think I got 20 out in the car. So 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So I'll do 10 more and then I'll jump off here. We'll call this a successful celebration stream. Didn't have a lot of, didn't have any of you chatters in here today. I've been getting some good chat lately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What I want you guys to do, anybody who watches this video, I want you to jump down. Oh, ran out of them staples. Where did I put the staples at? Staples are sitting here somewhere. My workstation is an absolute wreck. I don't know where to get the staples, so I'm just going to switch staple guns. Because that seems easier than rifling through this mess. Finding a fucking box of staples. All right. What I want you guys to do when you watch this video is drop some pumpkins in the comments. Drop some pumpkins in the comments, or I want you to drop Kevin Strange ain't shit, but you can abbreviate it. KSAS. Kevin Strange ain't shit. So KSAS, or a bunch of pumpkins, or both. That's what I want you guys to drop in the videos. When you guys watch the videos, when you guys come into the chat, when you guys watch after the replay, and you're going to do comments, drop in pumpkins, and drop in KSAS. Kevin Strange ain't shit. That's how we're going to do this thing. That's how I want you guys to handle these chats. Kevin Strange ain't shit shirts are coming, by the way. I got some certified Strangehead t-shirts coming. And I got some hats coming. We talked about the hats. I'm just waiting on those fucking embroidered patches for the hats. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's high on my priority list this season. Is obviously start on this next comic and try to have it ready to go by September. And then I want to have at least two shirts, at least the certified Strangehead and the Kevin Strange ain't shit shirts ready for the July convention that we're doing. And I want to have the website streamlined. Those are my big goals for the year. Where we're at here. So 4 more. Three more. Let's see if that's 3. I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. All right. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. Soft with the pen. There we go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That makes 100. Thanks for hanging out, gang. And again, thank you to every backer who backed Cockhammer Lives, the graphic novel. Thank you so much. You guys funded this operation. You keep me in business. You keep me making the insane stories of Strangeville, which is beautiful. It's amazing. I'm so blessed to be able to do this with my time. And thank you to everybody who watches these videos. Remember to drop pumpkins or KSAS into the comments. Sign up for the email newsletter in the description below the video. And remember to stay strange.